Hello everyone and welcome back. I am the Pompkin King, and in today's episode we're going to be continuing our showcase series of Prehistoric Kingdom. As you may recall, in the previous episode we busted open this game and we designed an habitation for the animals of the Cenozoic and the Cretaceous, minus the Nasutoceratops because I overlooked it. So today we will build the Nasutoceratops enclosure, followed by all of the enclosures for our Jurassic dinosaurs. By the way, the game randomly decided to let the guests out. Apparently they'd been all stuck up near the entrance, and when the dams burst, it actually was like a flood of humanity that spread throughout the park. It was hilarious. Over here on our right, last time I didn't talk about them, but these are our Microraptors. We have a Microraptor and Archaeopteryx exhibit right here at the opening. I like to have a nice small animal at the openings to zoos to kind of gain people's interest, but not really to have anything too dramatic right off the bat. Anyone will tell you, you always want to put your A-listers at the back of the zoo so that people have to walk through the zoo in order to get there. Here we got our Archaeopteryx exhibit. We've got 7 Archaeopteryx inside here, 4 females, 3 males. Eventually, I want to play around with some of the mini aviary possibilities, and I hope that in the future we'll have the ability to have bigger aviaries too. I know that the game developers are talking that there's probably going to be pterosaurs in the future, and I'm very excited about that. But I'm hoping that someday we'll be able to have the kind of aviary like you see at zoos where you can walk through them. Taking another look around, you can see I've put in some new signs for each of the 3 eras that we've covered, the Paleozoic, the Mesozoic, and the Cenozoic. And of course we have our island in the middle that looks like the Prehistoric Kingdom logo. Now you may notice something new sticking up over the top of the trees. As we round the corner here, to our right will be our first animal exhibit for the Mesozoic, which is the Nasutoceratops. The Nasutoceratops is going to be from the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument in Utah. I wanted to have these painted cliffs, and I painted the substance first on the flat, then I made the cliff shapes to try and get that striation like you see in the painted desert. It worked pretty good. I think that things can be improved once we get access to the desert paint tables in particular, so I can get some of those orange rocks. Speaking of the rocks, I also played around with coloring the individual rocks. You can see some up at the top there. And then stratifying them in terms of actual layers, which I'm sorry to say does look rather like a layer cake rather than like a painted desert or a mesa. But again, the game is in early access, and I'm sure that we'll have more development coming down the line. Heading over to our left, we're entering into the Jurassic. I did put the Iguanodons between the Jurassic and Cretaceous, because evolutionarily they lived between the Jurassic and the Cretaceous. They spanned over the 2 periods. So over to our right is an Iguanodon exhibit. You'll remember that the Iguanodons were from Tilgate National Forest in England. And over on our right is our Brachiosaurus exhibit, which is patterned after Medicine Bow in Wyoming, which is near where their fossils were found. We take a look here. What I've done is I actually have gone through and I've laid down a base layer of the clay terrain paint and then gone lightly over the top with low opacity grass to get this kind of coloration. I think it works really well. I may do a video in future doing a proper Bob Ross painting with some of the terrain tools and stuff here in Prehistoric Kingdom. If that's something that you'd be interested in, be sure to subscribe for future content, because it'll probably be coming down the line fairly soon. Rounding the corner over here, we have our sauropod exhibit. This is a combined exhibit with Brachiosaurus and Camarasaurus. We have this elevated platform here that the Brachiosaurus can walk freely under. And as you can see, they do have their head height up over the top of the observation platforms so that people can pat them on the nose Jurassic Park style if they want to go that route. Just so long as the Brachiosaur doesn't sneeze on you like it did to Lex. I have to tell you, if this was a real thing, I would absolutely lose my mind at the ability to pet a Brachiosaur. That would be so cool. Looking around, this area is based on the Pike and San Isabel National Forests in Colorado. These animals, of course, are known for the Morrison Formation, and this is actually based on a bend in the Colorado River where the Brachiosaurus was originally discovered. As we head down the ramp here, we'll be coming up on our fifth and final Jurassic dinosaur enclosure, which will be the Torvosaurus in just a moment. But here we get another view of the Brachiosaur and Camarasaurus exhibit from ground level. And finally, rounding off our dinosaur exhibits, this is the Torvosaurus from Wyoming. This enclosure is based on the Bighorn National Forest in Wyoming. And I hope that in the future we get more flowering plants to include in the enclosures that they don't count towards the forest and stuff for the dinosaurs. I think that'll be really nice to have, because that way we can decorate them in terms of gardens and all sorts of other things. And I know that the developer said we're going to be getting topiary in the future, so hopefully we get more flowering plants as well. If we jump to the sky, we're going to be able to take a look at the whole park. Off to that direction will be our area for the Paleozoic. The developers have said that we're going to be getting Dimetrodon and probably a few other Paleozoic creatures coming down the line. They'll be added as we get them. There we have our Jurassic area, followed by the Cretaceous. You can see the Nasutoceratops enclosure standing out, orange against the green down there. And as we round the corner, we enter now into the Cenozoic with our Smilodon and woolly rhino and woolly mammoth enclosure. And here again, I'm sure we'll be getting more Cenozoic animals in the future, so you can look forward to seeing expansions on that as well. But for now, that will do it for today. I am the Pompkin King, and if you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And feel free to subscribe for more Prehistoric Kingdom content in the future. But until next time, I'll see you later.